Darkness. Where does it all begin? Does it ever truly end? Is it born from the farthest reaches of endless space? Or do its well springs arise from even greater depths within? And yet, a tiny speck of light can illuminate its surroundings, daring the endless volume of darkness. The light of a single soul can spread light throughout the entire world. A single, kindled soul. True or false, light is the radiant force of nature, and all of nature's creatures eternally have sought its radiance and used its brilliance to illuminate their lives. Throughout the ages, man has harnessed the power of light to chart his course across the land and sea. Or in the endless reaches of thought. He has worshipped light in the temple of nature, or in the structures built by the strength and skill of his mind and his hand. But what of the light within? What of the often invisible light of the kindled soul? Contrary to popular belief of the small speck of light growing more to eradicate the darkness, the Master always said, "It's all light," and just a veil around the one that creates the darkness, which is a small speck formed amidst the light, the veil of ignorance. But one single touch of holiness, the veil is removed, and there is only light, absolute knowledge. Most importantly, his soul is best attuned to the spiritual vibrations of the Master's words. Where others read pages, he read volumes of the revelation of the life and gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. One day in Dakshineshwar,
God is not different from his name. Therefore, one should always repeat his name. God and his devotee are not separate from one another. So one should respect all saints and devotees. Realizing that this world belongs to the Lord, one should show compassion to all creatures. Compassion to all creatures. Compassion. Compassion to all creatures. Compassion for creatures? You fool! An insignificant worm crawling on earth, you to show compassion to others? Who are you to show compassion? No, it cannot be. Not compassion for others, but rather the service of living beings, recognizing them to be a veritable manifestation of God.
What a wonderful light I have discovered in those words of Master. The usual idea is that the practice of Vedanta demands a complete withdrawal from society and rooting out of sentiments as love, devotion and compassion. The spiritual seeker thinks them to be impediments to spiritual attainment. But from those words of wisdom that Master uttered explains the ideal of Vedanta can be practiced even at home. Whatever a man's vocation, let him understand and realize that it is God alone who has manifested himself as the world and created beings. He is both immanent and transcendent. It is He who has become all the diverse beings, objects of our love, respect, or compassion, and yet, He is beyond all these. Such a realization of divinity in humanity leaves no room for arrogance. By realizing it, a man cannot be jealous of or have pity for any other being. Serving man, knowing him to be the manifestation of God, purifies the heart. And in a short time, the sannyasi realizes that he is a part of God, existence, knowledge, bliss absolute. There is no need to go anywhere when God Himself is manifesting in every form in front of you. What a grand, natural, and sweet synthesis. When time comes, I will reach every soul of the world at large with this grand truth.
Making this truth of service his prime promise, Naren starts his journey of his monk life. After the master left for his heavenly abode, giving Naren charge of the next generation, 12 young lads in their prime youth take up the vows of monkhood, renouncing the world. In such a dilapidated house in Baranagar area of Calcutta, they start staying together, living a life of austerity. Meanwhile, Naren, still with his promise of service in his heart, is on his way to the mutt with the day's alms in his bag.
Apple.
Bishu! Oh, Bishu! Come home! Hurry up! There's a storm coming! I'm coming, dear. Don't cry. Bishu, where is the food? We need food. Oh, no. Don't cry, baby. Don't cry.
Leave it! Leave it! Leave it! No! Don't worry, Bishu. We'll get by.
Alms collected by a sannyasi can help feed a family as well? Be careful.
Who
Bile. If I had more left, I would have given you two. I'm so helpless. And again, I'm responsible for all these young monks who left their home and staying in the monastery. I've already given away their dinner. God, how can I help our people when even my brother disciples have nothing to eat?
Has Naren arrived yet with any grains? Oh, there he is. My God, you're all drenched. Here, wipe it off before you catch a cold. By the way, did you get some alms today?
No, Shashi. I mean, yes. I had, but there was this poor family along the riverbank and...
As we suspected. Again. Well, we need to look out for something then. Friends, now I must rush. I need to arrange for the daily worship. Right. Now I think we both must join in the evening worship.
Swami Jai
Until recently, I've been concerned about the stability of our monastery. But now, thanks to our sturdy backbone, Shashi, I believe it is time for me to start my travel phase as a monk. Flowing water and a wandering monk do not get dirty. I must see what is happening everywhere in our great, rich and impoverished country. Walk its alleyways and highways, villages and cities, that I may become one with our people, the powerful and the weak, the self-satisfied as well as the wise, and especially those whose daily existence is a struggle between life and death. At last, the land of the mighty Shiva, with the most sacred of the water body Ganga flowing, which can purify even the dirtiest entity with its mere touch. To add more is the rising sun god.
Have a dip and come for a puja, sir. Mother Ganga will wash away all your sins. Coming in a moment, Panditji. So be it.
Sister, give something in the name of God. He will bless you. Please give something in the name of God, sister. He will bless you.
You know what I think? I think that God does not bother with people like us.
What else can we do? We have to survive.
It's true. You know, my house was washed away by the river. We went to the zamindar to ask for help.
Did he?
Our harvest was stored in his granaries. But when we were unable to give him money to buy back what was already ours, he turned us away. We were forced to leave our village and seek work elsewhere.
And then?
My wife and daughters died along the way. Alone, I reached this holy place. A damaged man, barely able to walk.
This is the best sweet in town. Who's the lucky one who will get it? My prince.
Not me. Watch!
Oh Lord, how may I be an instrument of protection and blessing to your people? Touch me with your wisdom, that I may do thy will.
Traveling few parts of North India, he along with Gangadhar arrive at Nainital. He has some unique ideas. Gangadhar is ordered to take the normal path, while he himself takes the path through the hills. On the way, he gets to see how poverty has engulfed the hills too. His heart wrenches out, but he can do little as a penniless monk. Here at Kakrighat, they meet again. Only to move forward to Almora. He is a man on a mission. Even the dangers of the wild cannot hold him back. He is in deep thought of how to help the poor masses, and so he keeps praying to the Almighty. While his own sister is burnt to death. More than the grief and loss of his own, he thinks of the millions of helpless women and is determined to uplift the tortured women of the country. With increasing promises in heart, he moves on to Dehradun and back to Rishikesh, where he almost faces death.
Get up. You have a lot to do. Arise. There is no time to rest.
He has a lot to do indeed, in a nation where people cannot afford a pyre for the dead. The promises are building up many folds, but he is helpless. Even the high walls of the country's defense could not stop the evil invasion in every form. What is worse is the evil in-house. The greed for material power has distorted religion, turning brothers against brothers. What can he do? He is so helpless. The walled city of Alwar has always protected its subjects from foreign assault. But unfortunately, it incubated poverty inside. Yet, the country's poor masses have been generous owing to its age-old tradition. He has to come back as a savior for the upliftment of these people.
God, please show me the way. How can these masses be risen? How can I touch millions in a lifetime? What can a penniless monk do to solve their perennial need?
His pain has grown like Neelkant himself, as if the venom of the ills of the country is stuck in his throat. A shower-deprived landmass, but more so, deprived people. Only a shower big enough can help them not dry up. Shower of fortune, shower of knowledge, shower of blessings.
Yes, kings can. If I can influence the kings, a larger mass can be benefited. I can reach many through one.
But how could he do that? Where can he find kings? Nature must lead him there. This is where he meets Diwan Faiz Ali, a lawyer.
Swamiji Maharaj, may I make a suggestion?
Please.
As a bachelor, I live alone in a spacious bungalow. And if you would consent to join me in this comfortable and weatherproof home, I would feel greatly blessed.
I would be honored.
And this is where he meets Munshi Jagmohan Lal, the minister to the king of Khetri.
Nothing is unclean.
And who can avoid getting influenced by Swami Vivekananda?
Brahman manifests in all. Shiva, Allah, Buddha, all are but names of the one God.
Swamiji, I would be honored if you could come with me as my guest to meet my lord, Raja Ajit Singh. Swami Vivekananda, I bid you welcome. Swamiji, forgive my rashness.
Here they discuss many things, from the meaning of life to education. When he starts narrating the life of Sri Ramakrishna, nectar falls from his lips, and the king gets soaked in its spiritual senses.
Swamiji, if you will honor me with your presence in my princely state of Khetri, I shall serve you wholeheartedly.
Your Highness, I shall be glad to accompany you and visit your kingdom for a time.
Swamiji, I am fortunate for the many blessings that you have brought to our kingdom. Your piercing intellect and lofty consciousness prompts me to humbly propose that of the different names which you are known, you henceforth take Vivekananda as your ongoing monk name.
O King, henceforth Vivekananda I shall be.
Naren, who is now known as Vivekananda, has not left any stone unturned to fulfill the promise. He gives the same knowledge to kings and other influential people so that they in turn can benefit the masses to a larger extent. And in this way, the philosophy of service is spread far and wide.
What a disgrace. And they invited me to represent Hinduism in the Parliament of Religions in Chicago. Only if they knew about the most able man. Swamiji, you must visit the Parliament of Religions as a delegate from India. You are the only one who can do justice to the whole affair. Please, think about it, Swamiji.
I will give it a thought. If Master guides me, I will be there, for sure.
Please give it a positive thought, O learned one. The whole world deserves to get the knowledge of Vedanta. And in the meanwhile, let this servant of yours carry on the profound philosophy of service in your name.
The monk is yet to see the last part of the country with his own eyes. So he carries on his travel, his grief, casting on his soul the pain of 1 million Indians living a life of disgrace. Unable to bear the sight of his own helplessness to support them, drives him to knock on the door of the Mother Goddess.
Who will raise those masses? Who will give them bread? Show me, your mother, how I can help them. Please show me, mother. Please show me.
Monk! Noble sir! 2 paisa only to take you to the holy rock. Okay. 1 paisa? No, sir, you don't want to do that. I am not joking. There are sharks. The deadly currents will sweep you halfway to Ceylon. Come back, please.
Mother, I swore to walk from one end of India to the other to see all your children. And so, I have walked to the north, to the east, and to the west. But now it appears I must swim to the south to reach this last holy rock.
Oh my God!
Mahadevaya Omkaraya Namaha.
What will be next?
Sitting on the last rock of the country for 3 days together, he starts analyzing organically and synthetically the state of the nation from its glorious past to the degraded present.
Today, India has been thrown from the pinnacle of glory to the depths of degradation. Religion is not the cause of India's downfall, but the fact that true religion is nowhere to be followed. Not Bengal, Maharashtra or Punjab alone that needs to be given a thought, but of India and the life of India. India shall rise only through a renewal and restoration of that highest spiritual consciousness that has made her at all times the cradle of the nations and cradle of the faith. The pinnacle of glory lies in the restatement of the culture of the seers. Religion, when lived, is the most potent of all forces. I hit upon a plan.
After Peninsula, it's the destiny of RMS Empress of India to carry him to the shores of Canada. From Canada, he reaches the city of Chicago, where the Great World Fair is taking place. This is the fair which is the fulcrum of change of the new world. New ideas debuting here today are destined to stay for years to come. So is this young monk. But destiny had a different plan, I believe.
Mr. Bani,
you are to be congratulated on the incredible success of this magnificent Parliament of Religions.
Not things but men, not matter but mind, has been our motto for more materialistic aspects of the exposition. And I'm hoping, Reverend Burroughs, that your Parliament of World Religions will provide an even more compelling illustration of this theme.
As do I. But I must confess, I've had trouble finding an appropriate representative from one of humanity's abiding faiths.
And that is?
Hinduism. This venerable religion has been the guiding star for millions of souls for over 3,000 years. And yet...
A suitable spokesman has not been found?
Excuse me, sir. Can you please direct me to the parlor of Reverend Barrows? Or the office of the Parliament of Religions?
Entschuldigung, ich kann Sie nicht verstehen. Slender.
In truth, my esteemed friend, Professor John Henry Wright of Harvard University has made the acquaintance of a certain Swami Vivekananda, lately arrived in Boston from Bombay, India, a Hindu savant who he describes as, and I quote, more learned than all of our learned professors put together.
Well then, our problems are solved.
Sir, can you tell me...
Was wird aus dieser Welt? Aus Länder, soweit das Auge sehen kann.
Unfortunately, not. The Swami should be here by now. Our deadline is fast approaching, and no matter how brilliant he may be, if he arrives too late...
Our Parliament may lose a guiding star it can ill afford to miss.
Sir, do you understand English?
Of course I do. We are in America, aren't we?
Indeed we are. In that case, can you direct me to the office of a hotel? I have just arrived from the railway station and I'm completely lost.
Hotel? Railway station? Lost? No problem. Go down the street a little bit, then turn left. One more turn, right, and there you are. Where you want to be exactly. No problem at all.
Thank you so much, kind sir. I'm pleased to have made your acquaintance.
Heinrich, heute hast du jemandem gut getan. Aber ich frage mich, warum hat die freundliche Jünger so spät in der Nacht sein Hotel verlassen und sucht den Bahnhof? Wäre ich in seiner Stelle gewesen, hätte ich es ganz umgekehrt getan. Naja, jeder für sich selbst.
The railway station again? Oh, the kind gentleman thought I needed a train. God bless him. Thank you, Divine Mother, for the lovely hotel room you have reserved for me. Please grant your son a peaceful rest. A lake nearby. Perhaps I'll find help in that direction.
I'm not taking any penny less to anywhere. So do not look at me like that, eh?
Excuse me, ma'am. By any chance, do you speak English?
Hey, try anything funny, mister, and I'm calling the police. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. For the simple life of a wandering monk. When all I possessed was my staff, my bowl, and the robe on my back. This new world is far more demanding. Can you please tell me where I can find the home of Reverend Barrows? Or possibly help me with a drink of water?
Well, I don't know the Barrows household, but if it's water you want, try the lake. Though drinking it might make you sick, huh?
Is this how my journey ends? From triumphant beginnings to an uncomfortable perch, alone and lost. If it is God's will, then regardless of my small opinion, all must be well.
Excuse me if I'm disturbing you, sir, but might you be a delegate to the World's Parliament of Religions?
Ladies and gentlemen, thus far we have heard from numerous representatives of the great religions, representing the highest aspirations of millions of the citizens of our world. And now, it is my pleasure to introduce Swami Vivekananda, representing the Hindu religion from far off India.
Divine Mother, through your grace, allow me to speak the wisdom these good people are waiting to hear. Sisters and brothers of America, It fills my heart with joy unspeakable to rise in response to the warm and cordial welcome which you have given us. I am proud to belong to a religion which has taught the world both tolerance and universal acceptance. I will quote to you, brethren, a few lines from a hymn which is every day repeated by millions of human beings. As the different streams, having their sources in different places, mingle their waters in the sea, so, Lord, the different paths which men take, various though they appear, crooked or straight, all lead to thee. But I fervently hope that the bell that tolled this morning in honor of this convention may be the death knell of all fanaticism, of all persecutions with the sword or the pen, and of all uncharitable feelings between persons wending their way to the same goal.
Mr. Kananda! Get used to all these sounds coming from all across. Now you're the guiding star to millions of Americans, especially the fairer sexes. But I must say, your philosophy is the need of the time, always in time. Oh well, we've reached your destination for the night. I'm sure you'll like the most well-known hospitality of Mrs. Lyon.
Oh my God! I just cannot believe my eyes. He is here. I am so very glad, Mr. Vivekananda, that you have accepted our invitation to stay over at our place. Oh, thanks a lot, Mr. Burroughs, for keeping your promise. Oh, please come in.
Good night, both of you.
Good night to you too, Mr. Burroughs.
Good night. We'll look forward to meet you tomorrow.
Let me show you to your room, Mr. Vivekananda. Oh, I'm so happy that you're here. Oh, you were fabulous today at the Parliament. I really liked the different rivers joining together part. Oh, this way, please. Is it true that the Hindu philosophy is more than 5,000 years old? I would like to know more about India and its culture. Oh, God, I am so thrilled. Oh, please forgive me for going on and on. I've been a very inattentive host. You must be extremely tired.
I'm enjoying listening to you, and honored to know that you have keen interest to know about the nation I come from.
I've heard the story from Mrs. Hale about your long months of struggle to reach here. But now you can leave aside your worries and rest peacefully this night. Tomorrow is again a long day in the Parliament. I wish you a good night's sleep.
I wish you a good night too, madam. Oh, Mother, what do I care for name and fame when my motherland remains sunk in utmost poverty? To what a sad pass have we poor Indians come when millions of us die for want of handful of rice, while here in the New World Millions are spent upon personal comfort and luxury. Who will raise those masses? Who will give them bread? Show me, oh mother, how can I help them? Show me, oh mother, how can I help them? Yet we must do good. The desire to do good is the highest motive power we have. If we know all the time that it is a privilege to help others. Do not stand on a high pedestal and take 5 cents in your hand and say, "Here, my poor man." But be grateful that the poor man is there, so that by making a gift to him, you are able to help yourself. It is not the receiver that is blessed, but it is the giver. Be thankful that you are allowed to exercise your power of benevolence and mercy in this world, and thus become pure and perfect.
While he's doing the tremendous task of spreading the philosophy of service and collecting money bit by bit for the poor mass back in his country, he realized that the materially mighty Western society is in deep need of spiritual knowledge. This is what he can give back to them. The news of his success reaches the land of India. Indians across the country are rejoicing in the success of Swami Vivekananda. The learned are proud, but the masses are hopeful of the emergence of their savior. In comes the instruction from the savior with a message of service.
Day by day, I'm feeling that the Lord is with me, and I'm trying to follow His direction, His will. We will do great things for the world, and for the sake of doing good, and not for name and fame. Ours not to reason why, ours but to do and die. Love the poor, love the miserable, the downtrodden, and the Lord will bless you. Be fearless, Lord is with you. Dear Shashi, sitting on the last rock of the country in Kanyakumari, I realized that we monk moving around and spreading metaphysics to masses is of no use until we can feed them with real food first. As Master said, an empty stomach is no good for religion. Think few sannyasis, instead of personal spiritual upliftment, are traveling from village to village, carrying maps, camera, globe, etc., educating people. In fact, if the mountain does not come to Muhammad, Muhammad must go to the mountain. Dear Gangadhar, I am glad to know that you are doing well in Khetri. Go and spread the words of service amongst the kings of Malsisar, Alsisar and all other small towns around. Sitting around will not help. Work is worship. Go to the houses of all poor and untouchables of Khetri and educate them. Help them help themselves. The saffron cloth of a monk signifies sacrifice. Put everything at stake in the name of good of mankind. Our religion says mother to be a form of God, father to be a form of God. I say the destitute, the untouchables, the deprived are the form of God. Worship them, serve them.
Swamiji, you've shown us the real meaning of life. Please, let me know what I can do for you.
Love India.
Seems America is in love with India.
His quest to spread the words of service has now traveled from the United States of America to Great Britain. Many people have found their goal of service and joined him to fulfill his promise. One such who will lay her life keeping that promise is this young, vibrant lady, Margaret Noble.
I'm hearing the call of my country, and I must return.
Swamiji, have you considered my request to go to India with you? I want to serve the people there.
As I have said before, Miss Noble, there will be a time when India will need you as well. But for now, we must move before it rains.
Swamiji, please place your first step on my head before you touch the Indian soil.
His Highness, I am touched by your gesture. But, O King, your head should only touch the feet of Lord Rameshwaram the Almighty. And now, please take me to him, so that I can place my head on his feet. It is in love that religion exists, and not in ceremony. In the pure and sincere love in the heart. Unless a man is pure in body and mind, his coming into a temple and worshipping Shiva is useless. External worship is only a symbol of internal worship. But internal worship and purity are the real things.
We are gathered here to present and address our welcome to Swami Vivekananda, a man in a million, verily a prince among men.
I come before you, my brothers and sisters, not as a sannyasi nor a preacher, but as the same local boy that you used to know. The Parliament of Religions may have been a great affair, but it was only a beginning. From my travels, I have realized that effective organization will be the key if we are to achieve anything great and permanent. This ability to create institutions which organize and mobilize people on a grand scale, enabling them to achieve great results, is the gift that I bring from America, and which I hope we in India can apply to achieve our own great results.
প্রেমানন্দে লহরী চিদানন্দ সিন্ধু নীরে প্রেমানন্দে লহরী চিদানন্দ সিন্ধু নীরে প্রেমানন্দে লহরী চিদানন্দ সিন্ধু নীরে প্রেমানন্দে লহরী
Master's physical form is no, but his spirit works through us with our every breath. And so, to perform our service to God by serving our fellow men, we will form an association with the name of the Great One who inspired us to become sannyasis. Let our organization therefore be named the Ram Krishna Mission. By Jiminy, I think that Miss Margaret Noble might just be the one to put that part of the plan into effect. Miss Noble, I hope you will consent to be part of this great work. The education of our girls is essential if India is to rise to her true place of greatness among the nations of the world.
But many hurdles are yet to come.
Before we learn today's Sanskrit verses, we'll recapitulate yesterday's studies. What happened? Have you not completed your homework?
I finished it all.
Then?
Sister, my family has asked me to leave the school. The neighbors are very angry with me for coming here. My uncle has given in.
Don't lose hope, my child. Swami Vivekananda himself is our strongest supporter.
Oh my God.
Huh? How did he die? Good Lord, it's the plague! Plague! Oh my God! Don't touch him! Don't touch him! God must be very angry with us! Don't stop! Run! Run! Last time, it took a toll of thousands! We have to get out of here! We will all die!
We must clean the entire neighborhood. People do not spread the plague, but if we can remove unclean conditions brought about by the rest of the city using these poor neighborhoods as a dump, the plague will cease. Whilst treating the sick, we must respect religion, caste, and the modesty of women. But most of all, we must always remember that in serving our fellow men, we are serving God Himself.
But Swamiji, where is that strength in us? I would have felt myself blessed if I had 100th part of your power, Swamiji.
How foolish! How foolish! Power will come by itself. Put yourself to work, and you will find such tremendous power coming to you that you will find it hard to bear. Even the least work done for others awakens the power within. Even thinking the least good of others gradually instills into the heart the strength of a lion. I love you all. I love you all ever so much. But I wish you all to die working for others.
We need more volunteers. We have more sick people than we can handle.
Saying I can will not do. Show me! Show me through action what you can do. And only then I shall know that you coming to me has done some good. Get up! Get up and put your shoulders to the wheel. How long is this life for? If you have come into this world, leave some mark behind. In every one of you lies that eternal power. Try to wake it up.
Brothers, let's start by clearing up this garbage right here.
But this is incredibly filthy and completely disease-ridden. Why should we expose ourselves to such a terrible risk?
Okay, brothers. I'll do it myself.
The conditions, which are immediately preventable, appear to be twofold: insanitation and ignorance. And if hard work is done to remove these evils, this plague shall prove a friend to mankind in the long run.
Please forgive us. If you can do this, so can we.
Friends, this will prove to be one of its first and greatest service, less lane in the humanizing of the lower castes, a call of brotherhood. Let's join hands to eradicate this evil.
What's that? I don't know. Do you think it is coming from the garbage? Are more rats coming to attack us for destroying their homes? Look! Whatever it is, it's almost you!
Sister Nivedita?
My darling child, you must live for us. For all of us. Sister! Sister, she stopped breathing! Help!
I'll take her to the doctor.
Child, Mommy. Thank you, sister. Thank you. Thank you.
Vishwacharyam Jagadvandyam Vivekanandarupidam Vireshwarat Samutpannam Saptarshi
The promise is no longer his own. It has now become the mantra of the youth of the nation.
Padmaksham Gauravigraham
As more of India's sons and daughters rise up with knowledge, dedication and sacrifice, our country will once again take its rightful place as a great leader of the world.
Nahi surjo, nahi jyoti, nahi shashanko sundara, nahi surjo nahi jyoti, nahi shashanko sundara, bhashe vyome chhaya shamo ছবি বিশ্ব চরাচর নাহি সূর্য নাহি জ্যোতি নাহি শশাঙ্ক সুন্দর অস্ফুট মনয়াকাশে জগত সংসার ভাসে অস্ফুট মন আকাশে জগত সংসার ভাসে ওঠে ভাসে ডোবে পুন অহং স্রোতে নিরন্তর নাহি সূর্য নাহি জ্যোতি নাহি শশাঙ্ক সুন্দর নাহি সূর্য নাহি জ্যোতি নাহি শশাঙ্ক সুন্দর ধীরে ধীরে ছায়াদল মহালয়ে প্রবেশিল ধীরে ধীরে ছায়াদল মহালয়ে প্রবেশিল বহে মাত্র আমি আমি এই ধারা অনুক্ষণ সে ধারা বদ্ধ হলো শূন্য শূন্য মিলাইল সে ধারা বদ্ধ হলো শূন্য শূন্য মিলাইল অবাং মানস গোচরম বুঝে প্রাণ বুঝে যা নাহি সূর্য নাহি জ্যোতি নাহি শশাঙ্ক সুন্দর ভাসে বোমে ছায়া সম ছবি বিশ্ব চরাচর নাহি সূর্য নাহি জ্যোতি নাহি শশাঙ্ক সুন্দর